Hello third grade. This week's drawing is going to be quite a challenge. Here's what it looks like. A guinea pig. A big, cute, kind of slightly cartoony guinea pig. And yes, like I said, a bit more of a challenge this week. I'm going to be showing you not just how to draw the sort of shape of the animal, but also the colors, the way to do the shading. You see how the shading is sort of done in all this like special direction, and the blending of colors. So yes, quite a challenge for you. Remember, when something is a challenge and it's hard to do, it means that you don't always get the results that you want. When you're drawing a picture and it's hard, a challenging picture like this one, it might not look in the end like you want it to, but that's part of the learning process, and you have to try these challenges so that you can get better. So think about this challenge today as a way to learn these new techniques for drawing and pencil shading, and just enjoy the process, and we'll do more of it and we'll all get better at it. Alright, well that's enough talking. Let's begin. Before we start the drawing of the little guinea pig, I want to show you something. And you can try this too. Here's a circle, of course. How do we make this circle into a ball, a sphere, a three-dimensional shape? Well, imagine that this ball has two lines on it like this. Now, if we turn the ball, so I'm going to draw a second circle here, and I'm going to imagine that I can turn this ball. Now what would happen to those lines? That one would start to curve. It would look like that. That line might stay the same to start with. We could curve both the lines and make it look like the ball has turned in two directions. So same as before, the ball has turned that way, and also we could turn it like that. Alright, now what if this ball was also a face? It had a face on it. So now we have to turn those features as well. Okay, so that's the basic kind of concept. And we're going to use that concept when we're sketching out the face of the guinea pig. Okay, so I'm just turning the page over just to reuse the paper. And the guinea pig's face is going to be big. We're going to try and fill up the page with this guinea pig. So the circle that we're going to start with should be big. You know, you can draw around an object if you want to, but it's really good to practice this skill. I keep showing you this, don't I? Holding the pencil this way, kind of sketching round and round and round until you get the right shape. More or less like that. Now, the center line is turned to the side. So it's not straight down, but it's turned to the side, like I showed you in those examples just a moment ago. Okay? And then along that line, we're going to place the nose is going to go here. So let's just start the nose as a triangle shape. And then we need the eyes, so one eye is going to be here, and the other eye here. And then underneath the nose is where the mouth will be. And of course guinea pigs have this, they have rodent teeth, so we could put those teeth in and just leave it like that for now. They also have big cheeks, don't they? So we're going to put those cheeks in, big furry cheeks, and we're going to actually kind of start to bulge that shape out so it gets bigger than the circle just there. Goes outside the line of the ball that we first drew. And then the other cheek like this. Okay, above the eyes we'll put some little ears like that, and the back of the body and some tiny little feet. That's it. And then here we're going to put a little piece of lettuce, just something green. Draw the line for the floor. And we've sketched out the basic shapes of the drawing. Let's just put in the and then the eye pupils. And there we've sketched out all the main parts of the drawing. The next thing we're going to do is use colours. If you don't have colours, you can do all of this with pencil shading, just a regular pencil, and just vary the pressure of the pencil. So you press hard in some places for darker colours and press more lightly for lighter colours, okay? But it'd be great if you had colour pencils now. So the colours that you're going to need for your guinea pig are orange and brown. If you have a darker brown, that's good. If you've got two different browns, that would be good. You will also need black and a pink for the nose, and also useful if you've got a grey as well. But if you don't have that, you can always use just regular pencil. So we're going to use the orange first, and we're going to leave a white space around the face here. And so I'm just going to sketch out that shape with the orange pencil. It's going to come, so the orange is going to come around the eye. It's going to come very close to the nose just there, and then it's going to kind of come up like this, up the line of the forehead. Now on this side the line comes down and comes in between the eye and the nose. So see how, remember that curving line of the ball? Just see how the line comes up to meet it, and there's a big space here, but there's a smaller space here on this side because the ball has kind of turned that way. So you see less of this side. Alright, so now we're going to come down around this cheek and tuck in a little bit here, but we're going to leave this underside white as well. So it comes down to pretty much where the foot is there. And on this side, same as here, where you see less. Alright, we just have a line like that, and it comes around this cheek here. Okay, so at this stage now, I'm going to erase these lines. This line of that guideline that I drew. The other lines are still helpful, the nose and the teeth and everything. We don't need that guideline there anymore. Okay, so hopefully you've done that very carefully and your shape looks the same or similar to mine. We're going to do some shading now, and the direction of the shading is important. Let's start at the top of the head. and we're going to direct the shading upwards in lines that go up. Okay, so like this. Okay, now see how I'm changing the direction to go around the eye now. There's the ear. Let's just, we'll add more to the ear in a little bit. So see how the inside of that ear is a little bit lighter in colour, so I didn't press as hard on the inside. See if you can do that too. Okay, next I'm switching to the brown, and this part of the body behind the head is where most of the brown is going to be, but I'm going to leave a little space right at the back where it's going to turn orange again. So I'm going over there and just blending that colour in a little bit, blending the orange over the brown. So I drew that hard line in, and now I'm going to blend that darker colour in behind it like this. And just a little bit on the face as well. I'm going back to the lighter brown now. I'm going to put the lighter brown in a few different places as well. Okay, I'm now switching back to the orange, and I'm going to blend in this white area a little bit. So you have to press softly here. You don't want to cut into the white too much, but just to blend that orange and white together a little better. Okay, so now the nose that we drew at first as just a simple triangle has to change a little bit now, because I want the nose to be like a kind of softer curve. So I'm going to use the pink and just kind of draw in what that's going to look like, and then erase the part that I don't want anymore. Okay. We're just going to put some, like a little pink shape, like a bowl shape here, okay? Now we're going to use the grey to just give an extra line underneath, line of grey there, and then very softly, just like this, at the top of that shape, okay? And if you want to, let's use the pink to blend into that just a little bit, very softly, like that. Now this is the grey again. I'm going to just blend that bottom part of the nose. There we go. Okay, I'm also using the grey to make that line that separates the cheeks, comes down to the mouth. Just do some very faint lines here for the fur around the mouth here. And the lines of the teeth can be a bit darker. Again with the grey, just a little bit of shading here for the fur around the mouth. Just a little bit for some fur here around the cheeks. Good. I'm also going to use the grey just to put the feet in. finally, I'm using the black for the eyes. Okay, looks a bit weird like that, doesn't it? It just needs a little bit more around the eyes. So you can continue with the black, or you can use brown. I've got my dark brown, remember, so that's going to be the best for me. Here. Alright, now the picture's almost finished, but I want to make a change because the guinea pig sort of looks surprised, and I want to change that. I don't want the eyes to look like that. That's what gives it this kind of surprise look. I want it to look more relaxed. So here's a trick to do that. We're going to actually make these eyes bigger so they don't look like they're kind of, you know, really wide. Because that's the problem. When someone's kind of surprised, they have big wide eyes. And if we, so this is a kind of a trick. If we make the pupils bigger, then it's like making the eyes smaller. Okay, so I have a green now. Didn't mention the green at first. I forgot to mention the green, but of course we need to have this green piece of leaf, whatever the guinea pig is eating. And we're going to use the black to do the line of the ground and a little bit of shadow. Alright, now time for just a few finishing touches. I'm using the brown again, and I'm just going to add some hairs, some kind of sort of stray hairs, let's say. And to do these, you have to press quite hard and move the pencil quickly. So take care with this. Don't do too many. Just a little around the head there, a few around the ears. And also we need to do whiskers. The whiskers are done in the same way, but they're going to be longer. Let's do also a couple of little shadows for the nostrils. And we're done. That's the finished picture. I hope that you like your art project for this week. And like I said, more of a challenge to get this picture right. But I hope you enjoy the challenge. And I'm looking forward to seeing what you make. I always do.